I don't, like the last fund we raised, it was 55% domestic. As we've grown in size, all of that growth has come from international LPs. So we've gone from 1.36 to 1.5. That all came from international. So the balance has now swung to slightly more international LPs. For Archer, we think the mid-market, around $1.5 billion type fund sizes is where we'll stay. So I'm not expecting that to change. Well, you do need to go offshore to raise a certain size fund, but in Fund 4 we got about $740 million out of the domestic market. We've got about $700 million again. So the domestic LPs are there, but if you want to have a $1.5 billion fund, you're going to need half your fund to come from international investors. So I think that requirement will stay for those size funds. If you're trying to raise less than $750 million, I think you can do most of it domestically, if you've got a track record. It hasn't really led to a change in strategy for us. We were in Emeco, which was a West Australian-based company back in 2005. We bought a business in the Territory, then an acquisition in Western Australia, but in Ozfuel, we've since bought one in Queensland. Healthy Care is a national hospital chain, so it really is horses for courses approach. And having some exposure to the resource-rich states is a good thing. But New South Wales and Victoria are still going. The East Coast is still going pretty strongly as well. Well, when we sold MYB, we sold to Bain Asia. When we sold Inova Pharmaceuticals, there were a couple of Asian buyers that were interested in those assets. So, and we have some assets today which we think will be attractive to Asian buyers in the future. So, we're pretty comfortable with them as a potential exit mechanism. To the extent that how much are we competing with them when we're trying to buy an asset? We're not finding that to date. Whether that changes, time will tell. But I think being a country manager, so focus on Australia and New Zealand, then looking for where we might be able to grow those businesses in Asia and make them more attractive to an Asian buyer. I think that's part of our ambitions. But we've got the resources on the ground in Australia to find the deals that we'd like to do and get the money to work, which I don't think they have. Part of our investment thesis is, what can we do with this business to grow it and make it more attractive to a broader buyer set? If we're buying a domestically focused business, that at the moment is only sort of attractive to domestic sort of owners, we're saying what can we do to actually give it more appeal? And Ozfuel is one of our portfolio companies. We think Asian buyers, by the time we're finished investing in that business, will find it highly attractive.